Alright, so here's all my crosshairs. I have the A cross. I have a circle that expands when I shoot. It shows me like gun inaccuracy. Right, I have the I have Tenz's, which is like a moving version. So it shows me when like I'm inaccurate when I'm sidestepping. I have woohoojins box, who's like the banana coach. Oh my god, my aim is awful right now. What's going on? What else? Redami, which is like the Sinatra one, pretty much universal. I have... This is, Rob's. Why not Rob? This is... Yeah, this is Rob's. So it's like it expands when I'm like... It's really hard to see. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. Basically, it just shows me the dead zoning time. So if like I'm like static, it's a dot. If I'm moving, it opens up. Kind of right here. I have a really large one that I play on 1280 by 960. So if I go to stretch res, I have to change my like OBS around, but basically this is really easy to like aim on. On stretch res, and it just feels a lot smoother and I get more FPS. So sometimes I play 1280 by 960. Yes, that is hacks. It's just because like more FPS, and I feel like everything's just so much smoother in 1280 960. We keep going on. I have PRX Forsakens, who's a Yoru main and like pretty good guy. It's all black. Basically, this is just like I'm looking at their head rather than the crosshair. But like if I'm aiming at like a dark spot, like over here, my crosshair gets pretty hidden pretty quick. Sometimes it's good. Like depends on the map. I use the blue dot sometimes when I'm feeling really crispy. So how do I explain this? When I use a dot crosshair, I feel like, yes, I'm more methodical with where I'm like my crosshairs placed, but like in moments where like I'm doing like flash TP plays, like all these things, I can lose my crosshair pretty easily. Keep going. I have Tenz as a normal one. I have a pretty much same version that I usually use in ranked, which is just like a little bit different custom one that I made. I have a white dot, which is like a little bit bigger. So like if I'm playing like Reyna or like a Sentinel, I'll probably use a dot. But I find myself like tunnel visioning too much, looking at my crosshair, and like not at the target's head. So like say I wanted to aim at this one from here, rather than looking at my crosshair, like how do I explain this? Where my eyes are drawn to like the center of my screen. My eyes are like, it's looking at this one right here. I take my eyes and then I shift them before I move my crosshair to this guy. So it's like here. Okay, now my eyes are looking at this one, but my crosshair's here. So it looks like this. So like here, okay, here. And then I go back to the other one. Okay, I'm looking at this one right here from here. So it's like eyes there, and move. And then basically it moves more and more seamless the faster you go. So like that motion, I'm doing micro adjustments with the dot. And sometimes I look at the dot too much. So this is Eggster's, good Yoru main. What this allows me to do is like the cross is big enough for my eye vision, both in like passive and active aim, that allows me to both look at my crosshair, like the center of the box, but also like I can look at the target models like heads, like this head model right here. It allows me to like pinpoint it really quickly with like a little bit bigger crosshair. Where like I don't even really need to look at their heads, it just kind of like feels right. So that's what when I switch back and forth. And then same thing with like dead zoning, like the crosshair allows me to like feel more comfortable. Here, I want to explain this. This takes a really long time to like establish. I'm still learning it, but basically, I hope this makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna hold my D key, and then my crosshair is going to be on the left side of this head the whole time when I trace it. Okay, I'm forcefully trying to keep my crosshair on the left side, and the reason why I do that with a cross, like my crosshair cross, is that when I stop, my arm goes like it stops, and then there's like a little bit like friction that makes me move from the left to the right a little bit. Okay? If I have my crosshair too much in the center, like overly in the center, and then I stop, my arm naturally wants to keep moving to the right just a little bit. And then that might make me miss. The same thing if I'm tracking from the A key on the right. So like when I strafe around like corners, how do I explain this? It's like, think of it when you're tracing this corner, you're not having your crosshair right here. It's like on the edge. So when you stop, does this happen with everyone? For the most part, yes. It's like a natural thing to do. But like, you know how in CSGO, I don't know if it's like a familiar thing. Like if I hold A and let go, like here, if I go here and like let go, it's like, there's like a slowdown, right? It's like here, then slow down, here, then slow down. So like I'll be right here and I'll try and stop on this guy's head when I think I'm on it. Okay, I stopped, I let go, I went past his head. I'll try again. So this was before. Okay, that was on his head. This was after. So the reason why I do this is when I'm tracing around these corners, their heads, when I go right of a view model, it allows me to like have this leeway from like right here to like the middle of his head and like auto correct myself. It's like the microflick. So if I'm tracing to the right, if I go to the right, I'm still on his head as much as possible, but I'm consciously like keeping it either to one side a little bit more than the other. And that allows me like when I stop or dead zone, to like correct myself. So this is like here, I stop. Okay. It's really hard to see, but like I stopped here, but my mouse with my arm went from like here to here, and then I had the micro correct back in the middle. I'll try and like do it slower. I don't know how though. Like I'd be here tracing. Okay, stop there. This will be if I go to the left now. It'd be like trace on the right side of his head, stop, and then there. Trace on the left side of his head, stop there. Trace on the right side of his head. This one went over here. I'll try and do it with a dot so it looks even like easier to see. So look at the dot. I'm gonna trace their head. So if like I trace in the middle or on the left side and I'm going to the left, it's like it's too far over when I stop. It's like it's working harder than I need to work. Does that make sense? So like, cool. So when I have a large crosshair, it allows me to like know, like, how do I explain this? So here's my cross shape, like right here. Right? When I'm tracing and I have like my crosshair like right here on the edge, like I can kind of guess that like from here to here, when I stop in dead zone, it's kind of like way easier for my eyes to see than like look at the dot and be like, okay, do I have enough time? Whoa, I just lagged. Enough packet loss time. Yes, you're gonna like aim probably better with like the dot. You're gonna like be over their head more. No problem. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. But that is the reason why I do a big crosshair versus like a small crosshair. It allows me to like look way quicker. Just for my own eyes. In the upcoming weeks, I'll be launching, streaming, and talking about my progress into the Immortal Roadmap Program coaching series, featuring some Radiant players, the highest rank possible in the Valorant game scene. Make sure to drop by my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Sybreeds for all the Sybreeds highlights, reacts, funniest live moments, and behind the scenes glimpses into my music career. I stream daily at 10 a.m. PST, but hey, it's always a surprise for me. I'm a Gemini, and you never know which side you're going to get with me the next time you see me.